North Korea has moved 2 more short-range missile launchers to its east coast, according to a South Korean news agency. An unidentified military source said it indicates the possibility that Pyongyang is planning a missile test. Satellite imagery suggests the mobile missile launchers offer short-range Scud missiles. South Korea and its allies have been expecting a provocative act from Pyongyang after weeks of war talk on the Korean peninsula. Some analysts suggest that North Korea may well choose April the 25th for a show of defiance, to coincide with the anniversary of the formation of its army.
The Japanese woke this morning to news that's right, 6 Chinese surveillance ships had entered what the Japanese say are Japanese waters. The latest at this hour, we just got off the phone with the Japanese Coast Guard. They say one of those vessels is still there. The other 5 vessels, again, according to the Japanese Coast Guard, are in the area. This is the latest in a long, complicated back and forth. I'll try to explain it to you briefly. Going back to 1895, that's when the Japanese say they took possession of these islands at the end of the Sino-Japanese War, at the end of the 19th century. And the Japanese say it wasn't until the late 1960s that speculation began about huge oil and natural gas reserves in the region. That's when they say the Chinese raised this issue. This dispute over the Senkaku Islands, as Japan calls them, the Diaoyu Islands, as China calls them, this dispute has been ratcheted up just a few notches. Apparently what has happened in the past few hours, we're just off the phone with defense officials, they tell us that the Japanese Coast Guard had spotted a Chinese plane, apparently a Chinese government-owned plane. It's not exactly clear what type of aircraft, spotted that aircraft flying over the Senkaku Islands in what Japan calls Japanese airspace. According to these defense officials who we've been speaking to, there were 2 F-15s up in the air in the area, Japanese F-15 fighter jets that were sent en route to basically to check and to see what was happening. They called on the Chinese plane to leave Japanese territory. And as you said, they also scrambled 2 additional F-15 fighter jets and called those up to the skies around the Senkaku Islands. There may have been another plane that Japan scrambled as well. We're still getting the details. But John, this is a dispute that has been going for the past few months. This is something new. We have not seen aircraft over these disputed islands, at least not in the past few months, John.
Alex, you make the point that a lot of ships, a lot of confrontations at sea so far. This is the first time that we're hearing about possible confrontation, if you like, in the air. Does this signal that the Japanese are now being more aggressive about enforcing their claim on these disputed islands?
We'll have to see how this plays out. We'll keep on the phone with the defense officials and get more details, and we'll bring them to you as soon as we get them.
Yeah, if in fact it was F-15s which were scrambled, it would be a fairly strong message being sent to the Chinese. Alex?
Thank you.